live. I am so excited to have Dr. Erin. Erin, pronounce your last name. It's Oksol, right?
Oksol, yeah. Hi, Mike.
I
Hi,
did it.
everybody.
That was pretty easy for me to do.
I
Let
know.
me let me just see here if I got it. Oh, there we are.
Awesome.
I see us. We are
Here
live.
we go.
Fantastic. I did it. Awesome. All right. Well, first off, hey, thank you so much, everybody, for taking time out of your schedules to view this, whether you're watching the replay or watching it live. My name's Mike Healy. I am so excited to be interviewing Dr. Erin Oksol out of Reno, Nevada. I just found out where she lived and everything like that. And this is actually the first time we're really having she and I are having a good conversation, because we only met one time, kind of in person. This was out in Las Vegas for the APL Go launch event. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring her on here because she is actually one of the featured. Her and her husband Garth. I don't know if Garth will make it on here today. But her and Garth are some of our featured speakers for the big event we're doing July 24th here in Columbus, Ohio, which is going to be fantastic. I don't know, Erin, if you know this, but I already pre-sold about 110 tickets have already been pre-sold, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, so we're going to have a good turnout for that.
Not surprised and so excited.
Yeah, my goal is to have more people at that event than we had at the Vegas event.
Oh,
okay, so that's the goal. Yes, I know we can. I think I'm pretty positive we can get that done. So it's going to be from on that Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3. I am very punctual. I am one of those boom, boom, boom kind of guys. So I'll make sure we run a tight ship. We got Calvary Thompson coming out there. We got Corey Russell, yourself, myself, Dale Calver's coming out. I got some other doctors that I have that are in my organization are speaking. Got people coming from out. We're going to have testimonies out the wazoo. It's going to be fantastic. But enough about the event. I am excited to interview you, Dr. Erin, because I didn't know it, but Dr. Erin I know that she's doing very, very well in APL Go, which is why I asked her to be on the interview and why she's obviously a featured speaker. But what I didn't know is I didn't know her history of being in networking, home business stuff, or whatever you want to call it, and not having hardly any success, but she's killing it here. And Dr. Erin, if you don't mind, give us a quick history in your background, and then I want you to tell us why you think it's changed.
Yay!
Okay? So everybody, Dr. Erin, give her a big round of applause. Quick comments below. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Mike, and thank you for teeing that up. It's such an exciting answer for those people who are listening. In a nutshell, to make my story short, I am a psychologist. That's where the doctor came from. And I had a private practice for many, many years. And when I started private practice, my hourly rate billable for insurance was about $150. And by the time I ended, it was about $45. And so with healthcare reform, my hourly rate just kept going down and down. Well, we kept adding children. We have 3 children. So here we are adding children and my income's going down. And you can imagine what I had to do. I had to work more and more and more just to pay the bills. And I remember for years, someone asked me to be in her network marketing company and team. And I would say, oh no, I don't sell. I help people, like they were mutually exclusive categories, Mike Healy. Okay. Yes. So sometimes you just have to get sick and tired of getting sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? Of your whole life. And you just need to change. And I remember being at the grocery store and my daughter at the time, Grace, she's like, can we get strawberries, Mom? And I was like, no, they're like $3.89. They're way too much money. And that was the moment I decided to do this network marketing thing because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, how did a professional, my husband's an engineer, how did this happen to us? Like, how are we barely getting by? And that's when I fell in love and learned about network marketing. And I was with the first company for 6 years and we never saw above $500 a month. And I trained on the big stage. It's where my speaking career kind of started. I fell in love with that aspect of it. It wasn't for a lack of effort. I mean, I was gone from the house doing home parties a lot. And fast forward, we were in several other companies and then this one. And prior to joining this one, APL Go, like the day before, I said, Garth, I'm done. Like, I am a business coach. I'm a business consultant, sales trainer. I was like, I can't do it anymore. And you cannot pay me enough to try to sell a product that everyone else has. And at the time, A friend of mine was doing APL Go, and I said, what is this? Like, don't even waste your time with me if it's something that everyone else has. And the rest is history. 4 hours later, we had signed up, and we will enroll our 1,000th associate this week. We're at 993. And that's in 9 months. And I'll tell you why, because business is business every time. And you know this, Mike Healy. The first thing I have to do when people hire me as a business coach is we got to figure out how to explain to the marketplace why your product or service is different and better than everyone else's. And this product has no competition. And I was like, done. You give me a blue ocean product and there's no competition, done. I didn't know the compensation plan was as delicious as the candies that we have. I didn't know that at the time, but we have the #1 compensation plan. So the rest is history. I made more in my first month at this company than 3 years combined as the top leader of my last company. We had enrolled 100 directs at our last company and didn't even make that in 3 years what we made here.
Wow.
So you got a product that everyone wants, no one else has, and everyone can afford. Done. You have the highest paying compensation plan in the industry. Amazing. And then you throw in a duplication system that has digital marketers foaming at the mouth. You probably, we've spent thousands of dollars on funnels, and we have I believe, the most powerful duplication system that the industry's ever seen. It's just like silly nonsense good. It's like giggly good.
Heather Andrews says, you're amazing, Dr. Erin.
That's my best friend. Thank you.
Is that awesome? Okay, I have a quick question for you. I want to slow it down for a minute. Because a lot of people have been where you were, and I want to know what you, when you looked at this, how did somebody approach you with it? Okay, because obviously everybody would like to talk to somebody like you, enroll somebody like you, but a lot of times they're intimidated by somebody like you, not knowing where you may have been, and that you actually hung up your hat and everything. So what was it at the moment that maybe somebody said to you, or how did it kind of start?
With this company, I went to them. But if you look at the past of like how I really became friends with the friend that introduced me to this, someone had posted on Facebook that they had this high performance nutrition product. Now, I'm a fitness geek like you and your wife. I am always looking for the best. Network marketing always has the best products, or else they don't stay in business. So my husband and I were like, that just makes perfect sense. So because of that Facebook post, I got involved, and then I went looking with my friend. I was like, you seem to be having success. I can't help my team reach the success they deserve. Help. And we joined this company that we're currently with. But I'm always looking for the Mike Healys of the world. I'm looking if there is a Dr. Erin, if I say so myself humbly, there's got to be more of me, right? That's how you got to view it. And you're like, why wouldn't the smartest business people, the most successful people on the planet, they're the most open. They make the fastest decisions. Successful people make quick decisions. We made that decision in 4 hours because we know how to make decisions. We've been taught how to make decisions. So I hope you're going and sharing this with the people that are the most successful, most positive, most entrepreneurial people in your life.
That's perfect. That's a great thing, because a lot of people don't think like that. They just don't understand that, hey, the best guys to go after are the people that are business people to begin with, because they
right.
They can think, you make decisions quick. That's an important thing. Let's talk. I want to bring it back to, I want to talk about the product real quick. Okay. Because you're only one person. I'm only one person, right? I personally don't believe that a company can force doing $125 million a year in sales, which is what the company did last year, just now launching in the United States, just now launching in Canada, just now launching in Mexico. So we're on the cutting edge, like nobody's in this thing yet. The product is really, in my opinion, or, you've been in longer than I have. I've only been in a few months myself. what are you seeing through your organization with the product? Do you think the product has any effect on why people are jumping on board with this thing so quickly?
Oh my gosh, it's all the product. I mean, I think. So, I don't know if you know this about humans, Mike Healy, but we like instant gratification. And
Yeah.
we don't really want to pay for prevention, even though we should. Okay. It's not super sexy to pay for prevention in when it comes to your health. But there are a few of us that still do it because we know it's good for us. But when you
Yeah.
have a product that works immediately on people's health, ding, 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 ding. I mean, I just,
Right.
and that kids can use and adults can use, and adults love that kids can use it. I mean, it's just such a blessing. And
You mean it's kind of easy to have anybody pop a little lozenge out of one of these little foil packs and it tastes absolutely delicious and people give you a response immediately?
I like to joke, you had me at candy. Okay. I love candy. This is not, of course, candy. Mike Healy and I would never be eating candy all day long. We are fitness
No.
people. It tastes like candy. When I realized there was something that you could go up to any human being, you say, what's your number one health concern? And that we could solve that, Mike. I've never been in a company that has a product line that is simple enough that I could say, I've got a drop for that. It is mind blowing to be able to say, no matter what you're struggling with, I can help you. It's phenomenal.
It has been one of the to me, it honestly has been one of the easiest things to refer to people just in idle chit chat. Because it's a lot of most of us, the reality of networking, what's been so cool about it, but a lot of people miss this, is 99% of the people don't go out to do networking. They're out and networking happens because you just have idle conversation with people. And if you genuinely want to help somebody, in most cases, health is one of the biggest issues people come up with. And we have a solution for that. It's totally unique, it's totally proprietary, not a me too. Nobody else has what we're having. And from a business standpoint, we obviously have an advantage with that. Your two cents on that.
All of the above. And I've never seen it happen. And you've been in the industry longer than me, but I've never seen it where a company, it was in other countries and then brought it to the United States. It's usually backwards, right? Where it starts in the United States and expands internationally. And so I don't care. You can argue this with me. Anyone can argue with this with me till the cows come home. But the S curve in business is a real thing, meaning go look it up. It matters when you get in. It does. It matters that you ride the wave of momentum in any company's growth. Now, the wave of momentum can be 50 years long. I'm not saying it's just 2 years flash in the pan.
Right.
But that's amazing. And here's what's also interesting about this product, Mike. I have yet to hear from someone the objection that it's too expensive, which is really, that's usually the top objection that you have to figure out how to work around. Yeah. It's fun to not have to deal with that all day long.
It is. When you almost have to apologize for the price point, because in most companies, they can get the exact same or similar product at Walmart for $5, and we're selling, somebody else is selling it for 50 because they got to justify the comp plan, where we're genuinely offering a product with a price point that is easy for everybody to have. And it's a great price point for international markets as well, because a lot of people don't realize that.
And did you know they've never raised the price? Like,
I'd heard that. I didn't know that for a fact, but I did hear that.
This interview might seem hypey because Mike and I are so excited about it because it makes so much sense. But I swear the only reason I almost said no was because it almost seemed too good to be true. It almost was too simple for my brain to say, that's really, that's kind of so simple. It's scary.
Right.
It's not easy. I'm not saying that, but simple, candy, things that work immediately, a price point. It's delicious. As a businesswoman, I was like, do not let that distract you. If it seems too good to be true for you, that's what it will be.
Yeah,
And that's what
absolutely.
it will remain. And it's not too good to be true. It's happening, and it's happening right now.
One of the best things I ever heard a guy say about too good to be true was the first networking company I ever said. He said, well, if you won the lottery, would that be too good to be true? And they're like, yeah. And he goes, well, would you be dumb enough to tear up the ticket? Well, that
Right?
was too good to be true, right?
Right?
You got the winning, you got the
I
winning
love
numbers.
that, Mike.
I was like, man,
I mean,
that's gold. So we have about 5 minutes left because I told you I wanted to stay on schedule for you because I know you've got a call coming up and I like to give you a little break in between those. Where do you see you, Erin, and Garth, where do you see you in maybe a year or 2 years from now with this company? And then where do you see people potentially, and obviously we can't project incomes or anything like that. We're not going to, but where do you see this thing going with what because obviously you get to hang out with some of the corporate people now because you're at that level and things like that. Give us a little vision casting.
this is where it gets really sweet, right? I know what I know. I'm not perfect and I'm not smart in everything, but I'm pretty smart when it comes to business, I think. And I know that we will be $1 million earners in the next year. A year from now, next June, we will be making at least $86,000 a month. I know that to be true. We're at the top of this company. I just know that. It's almost like you couldn't stop the train if you tried to at this point. I also know we just went to dinner with Sergey, some of us on our team. He's our owner and the first and only owner of this family-based business. And his dream is to help 20 people in the company earn $1 million a month. So I know it will be way beyond just $1 million a year. I know what I know about he wants us to be number one. I know that we went from 123 in momentum to 16 in 9 months. Again, you can't stop it. I know what I know that once you reach the top 10 in companies in momentum, network marketers start to reach out to us. We don't go to them. Like it is a blessing, and to whom much is given, much is required, right? And so here we are, and we are launching this. And so I know that many people on our team will reach their financial freedom day of 10,000 a month. For most people, that changes your life. I know many will get there because many are very close to it already. And we haven't even launched.
Right.
So, I mean, I would love to know where you think you're going to be. I'm
on the same belief that you are with this thing, because it's like what's been really interesting, because I've been in the industry like 23 years. I mean, I pretty much have made a living from networking for all these years, which is mind-boggling. And I was talking with Stacy, my wife, a little bit about that. Is it's been able to not every month was rocking and running in Rolls Royce or anything like that, but it's been able to it's created that freedom for our family first and foremost. Like my whole goal in networking was to control my own life, but when I started having kids, it was like I want to be able to spend time with our kids. We were able to homeschool our kids. I mean, almost a completely way through their entire careers. They're very well educated. They're stars. They're studs in sports. And my daughter does media. I mean, everything is it's been fantastic. We've been truly blessed by God for what we've had in front of us. But the thing is it's like you look at this now, and it's been a long time because there's so many companies that pop up. There's so many opportunities. I jokingly tell people that I get pitched daily on opportunities. People try to recruit me, and this is not a joke. In the last 4 days, I've had 4 different people approach me to 4 different companies, right? And I say, yes, I'll take a look. Thank you for, I appreciate that, because I always got to be nice to everybody, right? Because they're trying to recruit you. But it's been a long, long time since I've seen, there's not really very many what we would call unicorn companies that are the ones, the rainbow, it's going to be the pot with the gold, the golden, what do you call it? Yeah, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow companies And it just appears that all of that is lined up for what we had. Like I did another interview yesterday with Dale Calvert, who's an industry icon. And sure enough, he said kind of the same thing. And he was saying the same things basically that you are. That's why I never really tell anybody what they said to each other, what their hot buttons are, because I'm hearing the same things from people that I know in the industry and people that we're introducing this to. What's been reaffirming, I guess you could say, is when they come back and I could tell they'll pause on certain things. They go, yes, it's as good as you think it is. And by the way, as you continue to dig deeper and deeper, it gets better. Because I blew Cowrie off, the guy that got me in. Cowrie Thompson and I have been friends for a long time, both done very well. But I blew him off because I just didn't want another project. I didn't want to look at another company and everything. And I'm so glad that I didn't. I finally took a look, and and it's really nice to see people like yourself that have been attracted to the company, because obviously us all working together, we're not the same organizations. We always create this good synergy. We've got a tremendous community and culture going on within the company. Specifically right now, I know in the United States, we're doing something fantastic. There's lots of obviously groups, but we all come together and work together with everybody. Dr. Erin, why don't you just give us a last couple parting remarks to maybe somebody that's new taking a look at this. What would you say to them? And then pitch us on why they need to get their butt to Columbus, Ohio on July 24th as well.
Oh my goodness. Well, first, I just want to say that when I heard you speak in Vegas and Dale Calvert, industry veterans, again, saying the same thing, it edified it for me as well. And so it went, both ways and I think there's a reason for that there are principles behind success, and business is business. And so when you're hearing the same themes, it's because business is kind of business is business. The same principles hold true. There are promises behind principles. And so when you hear those same messages, think of that. No one's really reinventing the wheel of how good business works, You have assembled an incredible speakers lineup for Ohio that would cost easily $1,000 a ticket to go and get. People that are not just in the box of network marketing professionals. They're digital marketing professionals. They are social media professionals. They are healthcare professionals, mindset professionals that are going to pour into you. I mean, and there's a saying that I learned this last year, and you've heard it, I'm sure. And I'll just leave you all with this, the opportunity of a lifetime needs to be seized during the lifetime of the opportunity.
That's good.
And successful people make quick decisions. Do it. It's silly not to have a second additional income stream, or eighth or ninth these days, where you have a digital e-commerce business, especially in the health and wellness industry. So join us.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Erin, thank you so much. I'm not adding to that. That was fantastic. I really appreciate you jumping on board, giving us your time. Thank you for the interview. And see us in Columbus. If you want details, you can go to teamregional.com. Teamregional.com. Tickets are $5. And we're selling them fast. So that's what's awesome. But thank you for being on here, guys. I'm going to say goodbye. Dr. Erin, stay right there, and I'll catch you in a second. So let me go ahead and